Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the Trail of Cthulhu First Edition tabletop role-playing game rules by Pelgrane Press. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Listeners should know that this show may include mature themes and scenes. All content, including names, places, events, and so forth, which may bear resemblance to entities living, dead, or eldritch, is strictly coincidental. My name is Rena Henze, and for tonight's game, I will be your keeper. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Old Ways podcast. I am your keeper, Keeper Rena. My pronouns are they, them, and we welcome you once again to Silver Screams, our 1930s Hollywood Trail of Cthulhu campaign. We have some more delights and terrors in store for you this evening, but before we get to those in our cast introductions, I'd like to, as always, thank all of you, our listeners, and you, our Patreon supporters especially. You help us do what we are able to do. We appreciate you and your listening ears very much. If you'd like to see what we have to offer on Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/theoldwayspodcast. And now, let's get to some introductions. To my right.
Hello, I'm Bunny, and I play Yvonne Alethea Joy, a interested makeup artist who might have more brewing than on the surface right now.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Mm-hmm. And next to Bunny.
Hello, I am Nichelle Schneider. I go by she, her pronouns, and I am playing Lilith St. Cyr, who also goes by she, her pronouns. And we are an actress. Not at large, but we'll see.
Just had your first big scene of the new film. It's very exciting. And next to Nichelle.
I'm Perry Clark. I'm playing Kingston Biko Garvey. I am the stagehand and set designer.
And your sets are getting some good use out of them currently. Next to Perry.
Hello, my name is Courtney, and I'm playing Sophia Reed. We both use she, her pronouns. And I don't think Sophia is ever going to open any mail to her ever again.
Yeah, at this point, it's starting to sound like a good idea might just be to hide your address and never get any mail for anything anywhere ever again. So we'll see how that works out for you. But last, but never least.
Yeah, hi, this is Mike, and I'll be playing Archie Brewer, executive producer of Avalon Studios. We both use the he, him pronouns.
Welcome back, Mr. Brewer. All right, so when we last left our investigators, Miss Reed had gotten some rather upsetting mail, and she is going to make me a stability test.
Gladly, happily, I'm thrilled to do it. Wouldn't you know it, it's another one.
Oh, no. So you're going to lose another point of stability, which is understandable considering the pressure you've been under and then just this horrible thing. And honestly, Sophia, just this sudden idea that what if he never left? What does it mean? Find him under the stage. What does it mean? I still remember you. What does any of this mean? And those thoughts kind of crowd into your mind as you lose another point of stability. And your hands start to shake a little bit. And you start to breathe really heavily.
I think Sophia's instinct is to run to the nearest stage. And she's going to start looking underneath it in any manner that she can. If she has to throw things over to the side, she will. She is looking beneath the nearest stage and will continue to do so until she is stopped.
Okay. So you go running out towards the nearest stage, which is the one with the house setup that you left a little bit ago. And things are being moved around because it's going to be used for the next day's filming in a different setup. And Archie, you see Sophia come running towards the set. She just left a few minutes ago when everyone else dispersed and started getting ready to film on the next lot over for the lab scene. You just see Sophia come running in, manic. Her hands are shaking. Her eyes are wide. She starts pulling at things on the set, moving stuff, pushing at the sound stage. She looks frantic.
I'll very calmly and carefully. Certainly she's in a state. So I'll approach her and say, Miss Reed, is everything okay? What seems to be the matter?
He's under the stage. He's under the stage. I need to get him out. He's under the stage. I need to get him out.
Under the stage? Who's under the stage?
My brother, Howard.
Oh. I'll placate as best I can and look earnestly under the stage to see if there's anyone under there.
You look under the stage, the setup, like there's not a whole lot of space. And you don't know how anybody could be under there. There's no trace of anybody there. Like there's obviously places where people have reached in to move things around or whatever, but there's nobody there and no sound of anybody there. And if anybody was under there, they would have been noticed when the set was being put up.
I don't see anyone. You said your brother's name was Howard.
Yes, Howard Reed. He worked here. He worked here on the Yellow Road, and he's been missing for so long. And I'm getting these letters, and he's waiting. I need to find him.
I remember your brother. I was working at Avalon here when the Yellow Road was being produced.
You remember Howard?
Certainly. I'm sorry that he's missing.
When was the last time you saw him?
It wasn't on this set. There's a C set not far from here. That was the last time I saw him. It was during some of the wrap-up filming for the Yellow Road. We had many people look for him. I mean, some of the others.
Nobody I speak to seems to remember him when I ask about him. You're the first person who's known his name.
I can remember clear as day the last thing he was working on. I'm surprised no one else can. I've heard a few rumors from set makers and extras who've talked about there being sub-levels under some of these studios, old sound stages just buried in renovations. Perhaps there's something buried out there.
Mr. Brewer, you offered to help me before, and I know it wasn't for something like this, but could you help me now?
I'd be happy to help you find Howard. I can see the need. That's not a problem. What you need to find is closure, one way. I have something of his. I can give it to you a little later if you'd like. It was a piece he was working on. I'm certain that he'd want you to have it.
Please.
All right. See me later, and you'll have it.
Thank you, Mr. Brewer.
I don't get too close to Sophia, right? I don't want to get within the HR bubble of what Sophia would expect. And so I keep a fairly respectful distance, but I make certain that she is slightly calmer before I leave.
I think what you see in Sophia is the initial panic and the adrenaline and the need, the drive is dissipated, and she's seeing maybe not a massive swath of destruction, but now she sees that she's made a mess and she needs to make sure it's put back right. So she's starting to move things back to where they belong.
People are kind of giving you odd looks, Sophia, because you did just come running in and start moving things and crying and calling out for things. They kept their distance when you were talking to Mr. Brewer, but now that you've turned away and started trying to put things back, one of the other stage hands goes, Miss Reed, no, that doesn't go there. Just leave it. I'll put it back. We'll put things where they need to go, Miss Reed.
I'm very sorry, and she'll hang her head and she'll quickly make her way back towards costuming to gather up what she dropped.
you make your way back towards costuming. The photo is still there, still laying on the ground. Lynn's not here, so maybe nobody else has seen it, but the photo on its back, where you can see that gilt lettering and the little note with it, are lying on the ground.
She'll pick it up, but she doesn't have the heart to look at the picture side of it again. She'll look at the lettering and tuck it back into the envelope, and then close it. And then she's going to make her way to Mr. Garvey.
Okay. Archie, you've calmed down Miss Reed at this point. She was understandably frantic, but seems to be a bit calmer now. Maybe she'll be able to get back to work and do the things she's supposed to be doing today, but, well, she's in a bit of a state. And where would you like to go next? You've finished looking over the set. You've seen how they take down parts of one set and put it together to be reused as a different set. Everything looks good. How they're doing things so far, very cost efficient, which is a bonus.
Certainly. I'm most interested to see how the makeup is holding up after a few scenes, given the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will make my way back over to see what changes, if any, have been taken, and perhaps what additions or fixes makeup has had to do.
Mm-hmm. So, Yvonne, you're back in the makeup studio. You've been taking off Mr. Hudson's makeup. It took quite a bit of time. One of your team has come in to tell you that the extras are going to need some extra application for the background shots that are being done after they finish filming the lab scene, because things are starting to melt a bit in the heat. It is extremely hot today. And you're going to have to do some work today. It's going to be a busy day for you. There's not going to be a lot of sitting around or practicing your palettes. You're going to be on the move. You weren't quite prepared for how hot it was going to be and how the heat was going to affect the makeup today, especially with so many extras for the scenes they're going to be filming.
Sure.
And so you're putting away your kit from taking off Mr. Hudson's makeup and cleaning your brushes and getting everything ready. And there's a knock at the door.
Oh, come in.
I enter.
Oh, Mr. Brewer, you're back. I thought you'd be another extra coming to fix melting atrocities.
No, I don't. I don't plan on being on camera today. But I wanted to see how things were holding up. Supplies, especially given the heat.
It's a little warmer than I'd anticipated. So some of the more intense makeup on background actors has had to be touched up, reapplied. Honestly, some of the melting is, I think, working in my favor for making the more undead amongst them look a little warped without being anything too obscene for the censors. But there's definitely, I'm going through spirit gum faster than I thought I would, and there's definitely some of the more, unfortunately, oil-based makeup that's a little harder to stay on in this heat. So overall, I think people are looking pretty good, if I may be so bold. But overall, touch-ups happen, and
Indeed, they do.
they're out there doing the hard work.
I think this picture so far will be grand, but I'm wondering what your availability might be for a specific project I have in mind. It's something I mentioned before, perhaps a bit of an art piece. It's a bold and sort of striking difference from all of the dirt and cowboys you've played with.
This somewhat sprightly 5'2" woman looking pretty much straight up at you will look between you and the drawings on the wall, the makeup designs, and back to you. I can't say I wouldn't be interested in another chance to flex artistically, get get the creative juices flowing. I think that we have similar ideas about passion and visual media. So I would definitely be interested.
Wonderful. The story stems from France. That's where it gets its inception from. It's perhaps a little forward-thinking. I think that's the best way to look at it. It's going to take a very particular eye when it comes to the makeup work for it. And I wonder if you'd be interested to be seen as you really are.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I think a lot of people live their lives, especially the lives of someone behind the scenes, not in front of the camera at all. Your talents lie elsewhere. And so it's much easier to live a life that might be quiet or masked in a specific way.
I don't know. I think that my life suits me for now.
Interesting.
Are you implying I have something to hide, sir?
I smile.
She'll look like she's trying to steel herself for battle a little bit.
Not at all. You are who you are. And who you are has brought a lot of magic to the set. And that's the sort of thing that Avalon Studios wants. Just as I was mentioning to Mr. Garvey earlier, we're looking for everyone's most passionate delivery.
Oh. She'll soften her stance a little bit. Fair enough. Again, I would be happy to hear more about an art piece, something inspired by French pieces. Sounds like it would definitely be an adventure to... I don't think I would say that it's outside of my skill sets, but it would definitely broaden them, I'm sure. I bring just as much passion to anything that I work on, sir. So...
I have no doubt. Of that. I think the framing that we'll use for the new piece is in part through the direction that makeup will play.
Oh.
We're not going to hide the actors behind the makeup. We're going to reveal their true forms and self. It's a stranger recipe than you're probably used to for some of the pigments. But if you'd like, I tuck my hand into my suit jacket and I pull out a key. There's a trailer over on Lot E. It's specifically for makeup.
Okay.
Take a look at the assortment there.
Sure. Thank you, sir. She'll politely take the key from him and add it to her work bag.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to the rest of this film, and good luck with the heat.
Thanks.
Should you need anything, please just ask.
The studio this whole time?
I've been at the studio for several years, yes.
What is your favorite kind of project that you've watched the studio make so far, or have gotten to be involved with the studio making so far?
My favorite project. I worked on a piece early on, a silent piece, with a friend from Chicago who stopped in and did some work here. It was about larger buildings. It was a perspective piece with some of the things that we were trying. Very difficult sets to work with. My friend Asa and I worked on it for some time before he went to New York. It was probably one of the most visually stunning pieces we had tried. It failed miserably, but it was good to try and fail and learn.
Failing is one of the best teachers, especially when it comes to any form of artistic process.
As someone that does makeup multiple times a day for different faces, I can certain you know it well.
Yeah. Why did that piece stand out to you so much?
Because everyone involved was giving their absolute utmost. It was as if we were trying to rein in something that had never been seen before. We were trying to look behind the stage curtain from the audience. Something that normally isn't possible.
It's interesting. Trying to see behind the stage curtain from the audience in a piece. In another piece, you're trying to reveal everyone involved for who they really are rather than making them someone else. You're an interesting man, Mr. Brewer.
Yes, I'm also quite thirsty. So if you'll excuse me.
Of course.
I take my leave of makeup.
You head out of makeup, leaving Yvonne with her makeup brushes and kit and thinking about things, perhaps.
She's definitely considering when would be the best time to sneak off to Lot E.
Mm-hmm. Well, after you've done set touch-ups for this next scene, when they're going to be doing some filming of background shots for some of the background actors after they finish filming in the lab. So once they've done that, maybe no one will notice if you slip off. We'll see. Maybe.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Archie, you step out into the hallway, and there's not as much hustle and bustle because most people are now on the sets themselves, working on filming, or they're back in their respective offices doing makeup cleanups, costuming, whatever it is that they do. But you are free to continue wandering, as one does.
I will. But what I'll do first before I wander is I will find Miss Queens.
Daphne is easy to find. You just ask a couple people. You ask a couple people if they've seen her, and they direct you back towards the main set where they're filming currently. Daphne is just coming away from the set. She's been dropping off some papers of some kind, and she almost collides with you. Oh, Mr. Brewer, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't notice you were there. I don't know how I missed you being there. I mean, you're very tall, but oh, goodness.
It's all right. It's all right. I slow things down for Daphne. Just Daphne.
Yes, Mr. Brewer.
I need you to do something for me, Daphne. I need you to go check on Kit.
Oh no. Yes, Mr. Brewer.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then I let Daphne speed back up.
All right. I've got to go. I've got. Yes, Mr. Brewer, things to do. And she flutters a little bit, and then she takes off in the other direction.
Fantastic. I head back to the stage set to find Mr. Garvey.
You go back to the set. You wander a little bit because you don't see Kingston on the main set where they're currently filming the lab scene. And one of the other stagehands, Andy, tells you that Mr. Garvey went to check on the graveyard because they decided they were going to add some of those background scenes with the actors coming out of the graves to do later to put into some shots. So he went to check on the graveyard. And so you, Kingston, you are working, setting things up in the graveyard. You've gone over the dirt. You've made sure that bit where you thought you saw Brian is clean and clear, no bugs, no insects, no nothing. This is fine. And you're getting your set prepared.
Yeah, as I have been doing that, before I even started, there was a brief moment after my meeting with Mr. Brewer earlier. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a glass container and checked it.
Mm-hmm. Describe this container for us.
It's pretty much a square-shaped glass bottle that most would see for like a woman's perfume bottle. It is clear. We've taken the label off. The top has been screwed off. It's meant to be seen from all angles as possible. Mm-hmm. It's probably about the size, a little larger than a matchbook at this period of time.
Mm-hmm. So you look at the bottle and it's clear.
And I put it back in my pocket and I will move over to start working on the graveyard.
Yeah, Archie, you come into the graveyard set. It's really incredible, the work he's been able to do in a short amount of time. Kingston must put in a lot of work. Just the way it's set up, the atmosphere, even in the light of day, the way the dirt's been set up and the different grave sites, the gravestones have had some very intricate workings done into them. It's a very, very interesting set piece. And you see Kingston kneeling next to one of the graves, patting over some of the dirt and then making it look like it's been freshly disturbed.
Well, this is quite the display.
Ah, Mr. Brewer. Yes, thank you. I spent a few late nights working on this.
Well, who doesn't want to spend a few late nights in a graveyard?
It's not always advisable where I come from, but sometimes you have to.
Where are you from, Mr. Garvey, if I may ask?
My family's originally from the Bayou in the area around New Orleans.
Oh, okay, of course. Yes, I can imagine some of the graveyards. From what I hear, I've never been that far south. Mostly Chicago here and then off to the studio. But I do see talent when I look at it. I wonder, though, can I ask you some frank questions?
I believe I'm in a position to be frank as much as possible. It's a thing here in LA. Everyone's has got a side face.
Sure. Gosh, so true, too. It's as if when you arrive in the city of Los Angeles, you hoist upon yourself a brand new mask that you show for everyone else. I wonder, has it been difficult as working here in the studio, or getting work, I should say? Has that been hard?
I'll hesitate and look down for a moment. Getting work is always hard as a black man in this country.
I've been talking with Mr. Radigan about a few things. A more direct commitment to making certain that Avalon Studios has, it has the right people. And I think oftentimes when likely perhaps someone like you might hear someone like me say the right people, you don't hear right, you hear white.
This is just a very slight nod.
That's not the way Avalon Studios works. That's not the way we'll continue to work in the future either. I wonder if I could show you something. Step over here, if you would.
Step over.
I don't think you see things the same way as a lot of people. And that's a uniqueness, a vision. You watch, you understand. And that's what Hollywood actually needs. It needs new vision. Not more of the same pale ghosts.
Or westerns.
Well, a few Western films is fine.
Or some slightly different westerns.
So imagine a film written by you, designed by you, that reveals truths that your ancestors have always known. Things older than Egypt. Perhaps things older than the cross. I take out a few sheets of paper and I set it on, we'll say, a table nearby or a filing cabinet or something that's there in the studio. The title page reads, The Children of Nyambe, a film by Kingston Garvey.
And my face immediately goes slack and pale and surprised.
If you walk this path, Mr. Garvey, you won't just direct, you'll awaken. There's a whole continent of stories they're afraid to see. But you're not afraid. You want them to be seen, and they deserve to be seen. And you're the only one who can do it.
He hasn't looked up at you, he's still looking at the paper. But has heard what you've said.
Consider it.
Yes, Mr. Brewer, I will definitely consider it.
Good. I leave the paper and leave Mr. Garvey.
And once she's stepped away, I haven't touched the paper, and even if I was, it's still with gloved hands. I reach in and pull the bottle out again and hold it near the paper.
Still clear.
Nods. And then picks up the papers, still gloved hand, and shuffles through them, and then goes over, pulls out his binder, or one of the composition books he has, and starts opening and comparing the pages from stuff that he's written in his off hours to what's in the script.
There's some striking similarities in style. And also just in imagery and things that you've thought of. There's some beautiful things in it. There's things that you recognize. But Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about what this script looks like to Kingston as he's going through it and looking at his original notes?
Yeah, certainly. There are symbols here that Kingston feels very connected with. They're very familiar. They're your own faith traditions. And as they go throughout the progression of this script, we'll say it's 5 pages. You see more than a few touchstones that make a lot of sense to you, and they alter and change throughout the script in this sort of beautiful, almost poetry-like movement as the script changes from scene to scene. And you realize you're only getting sort of snippets of each scene. But there are definitely those that take place on stage, or as if there is a stage within the production. And there's certain significances throughout this that as you read through the scenes, you can see these scenes begin to play through dreams that you've had in the past. They bubble up as you experience them, and they catch in your brain. And sometimes they're dreams, and other scenes are nightmares. But you can't help but continue to read through the script. And so, if I beg the keeper's permission, I'd like you to make a stability roll.
That's a 3.
So you lose 1 stability.
As you lose that stability, as it leaves your body, there's a whisper within this group of pages. And you hear, your sister won't need to beg for opportunity. She'll become a physician beyond any imagination.
The honeysuckle drum. Ibicole, grant me your vision.
I'd like you to give me a magic roll, Perry. Difficulty 6.
All right, well, I have 2 points left of magic at the point, and I will go ahead and drain the pool to add to this. So that would be 4 total.
Okay. These are true visions that you're seeing. You can't fight that feeling. These are reality. You think about what you could do with success, how you could make things better for your family, for your sister, and what she's doing. Everything. This is reality.
He just sort of stands there and shudders.
So we'll leave Kingston there with his potential future as he's standing in the graveyard surrounded by dust and dirt and dreams. And follow Archie as he continues on his merry way.
Yeah, certainly. It's back to set. There is but one star of the show.
Absolutely, just the one. Lilith, you've had your makeup removed. You've gotten out of costume. You're back in your day clothes. You're in your dressing room. Your small dressing room, but it's still nice. You don't have to share it with others right now. And there is a knock at your door as you're gathering your things.
It's not the usual time that Clarissa comes to read lines, correct?
It is not. And Clarissa is likely still being filmed at the moment.
Yeah. She's got a lot more lines and things. So I'm not expecting anyone. I'll go ahead and go answer it.
Yeah, Mr. Brewer standing there. Placid, pleasant.
Mr. Brewer.
Yes, I apologize for intruding on your afternoon. Do you have a few minutes?
I do.
Good. I'll actually take a look at what, like, I don't know if you're in a robe or if you're prepared to put on the next outfit. That'll actually matter what I say next.
I suspect that Lilith is probably there's probably like a few hours between when she's going to be on set next. So I suspect that she has a kind of like a more casual outfit that is not a robe. Like a robe would be for like more of a quick change. So I suspect it's a more of a casual outfit.
Okay. I'll gesture and say, may I come in, or would you like to take a walk?
I'll kind of just let you look inside. There's not necessarily much room in here with everyone else's things, but a walk would be fine.
Wonderful. I'll step back from the doorway and gesture out towards the lot itself.
Close my trailer.
How was the morning?
It was all right. It's not my best, but first day, usually that's when you start ironing the kinks out.
Day one gets everyone. That's just the way it is. But you're no stranger to day one, so that's good.
That is true.
I wonder how you feel about your future at Avalon.
Oh?
Yes, are you enjoying being part of the studio production?
I am, and saying that I just signed another contract, I am curious as to where this line of questioning is going.
Well, I've been speaking with Mr. Radigan, and we'd like to approach you about a project we have in mind.
I see. Something with Avalon Studios or something separate?
No, certainly with the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. There's a film that we're putting together. It's more of a French expressionism meets American tragedy. The working title is The Yellow King's Bride.
I see. Certainly an interesting and catchy title.
Yes, we're looking to secure someone for the lead role.
And you thought of me?
I did. Yes, absolutely. Director Moore spoke very highly of you this morning and has in previous meetings. I watched you film today. I feel like there's quite a bit you could offer the studio, and quite a bit the studio could offer you as far as the leading role.
Keeper, can I disguise some of my questioning on this? I want to know what Mr. Brewer's true intentions are. This is very specific, and I've never met Mr. Brewer before.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, how you phrase your questions is completely up to you. You can disguise them as much as you'd like to in your phrasing and how you present things.
I guess the question would then be, am I sensing any trouble or any ill intent with this?
You can give me an assess honesty roll.
Okay. 4.
Okay. He's being very clear and direct with you. He's interested in you for this movie. He's very interested in the film itself. He seems passionate about it. But he's being direct with you.
Mm-hmm. I see. Mr. Brewer, I do have a few questions, and do pardon my frankness. But I have never met you before today, and the interactions of the statements that Mr. Moore has stated on your behalf or in regards to you have been honorable, of course. You seem to be a good partner for the studio, especially. But, well, it's a little difficult for somebody of my background to be considered for a leading role.
You think your background would prevent you from it?
I don't think my background prevents me from anything I don't set my mind to.
Good.
But that is not to say that other people will accept it.
Interesting. I find that a fascinating turn of mental gymnastics. I'm the executive producer, which means I make the call. There is no they. And so I wonder if you might recalculate that a little bit. I think you are an exceptional talent. And I think your background is exactly what we are looking for. If you don't feel the same way, then I'll note that and make certain that Director Moore and Mr. Radigan are aware of it.
Well, I haven't even seen your proposal, so I don't think there's any reason to make note of it as of yet.
I don't see it as a role that you would take on. It's not just simply a breakout role. It's a role that no one, specifically with your background, has ever been allowed to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond typecasting and shame. It's what Avalon Studios has been meaning to do for years. We think that Dr. Gravedust will be an exceptional hit, and it will propel us to allow us to make this film, to truly test the boundaries.
And this is a direction you've been moving towards over the last several films?
I think we have worked steadily, yes.
Mm-hmm.
As much as the mud and the horses allow us to bring in the necessary funds to continue to push, yes.
Mm-hmm. I'll consider it. I'm guessing that you did not come to just talk to me without documentation of what exactly that would entail.
I sort of pat my suit coat. I don't seem to have my briefcase on me, but really a lot of these conversations when it comes to leading roles generally happen one-on-one. And then eventually there are contracts. This is me finding out if you're interested. But if we need to have legal involved in any conversations, then I will certainly take that into account.
I am very curious, of course, of it. And I would like to be considered for future talks regarding it. I'm sorry, Mr. Brewer, but I am a woman of facts and things that I can clearly grasp. So pardon the business voice. Not many people give me the opportunity to express true feelings on things.
I'm glad you did. I think it's important for you to be able to do that. I think you have a future here at the studio, one larger than simply being a supporting actress. You have something unique, and the studio is trying to give you an opportunity to push that out for everyone to see.
Well, I appreciate the consideration.
Thank you for your time.
Of course. Mr. Brewer, I'm pretty sure Daphne possibly put your briefcase in the office, Mr. Moore's office, for safekeeping. Just in case. You mentioned you don't have it on you. She probably placed it there for filming.
Yes, Miss Queens is quite resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go and check on it.
Of course. I'll get back to going over my lines. Thank you for the walk. I appreciated the fresh air and perspective.
I nod and take my leave of Miss St. Cyr.
You take your leave. Lilith, you head back to your dressing room with some things to mull over. Yvonne, as the afternoon progresses, you've managed to do the makeup, you've done the touch-ups, they've been filming the background scenes, and you think you've been able to pass things over to your team enough. You haven't had lunch. It's time for you to take a breath, have something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're telling everyone anyway. You'll be back shortly.
Before I trek over to Lot E, I'll try to swing by Miss Reed's department to see if she'd like to grab lunch with me to talk about upcoming costuming stuff. Of course.
Of course, you're going to lunch. That's all you're doing. There's no mysterious trailer on Lot E that you're going to check out, for sure.
Absolutely. Nothing suspicious at all.
All right. So you swing by the costuming department where Sophia is working on putting some costumes.
Just head down, focused, not paying attention to anything around her.
Sophia,
Hi, hello, Yvonne.
Would you like to go on a little adventure with me? And we'll eat lunch out.
Off the lot?
Yes, off this lot.
Quickly. I can go with you quickly. I
Sure.
think.
We can be
Okay.
quick.
So Lynn says that she'll see you after lunch and that she'll take care of whatever comes up for then, because you need to eat, darling. You've been moving around way too fast. Off you go. Have a good lunch.
Yeah. Thank you, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back soon. She'll hurry off with Yvonne.
We'll have to swing by to grab food because we are going to be eating it. We are going to be eating it on a different lot.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
We'll swing by Miss Martin's and get some portable food, as Betty is always good for, and I'll drag Sophia off to Lot E with me.
Yvonne, where are we going? I've not been to this part of the studio before.
I had a weird conversation with Mr. Brewer earlier. He seems like such a card, and I don't really know what to do with him. He's like a puzzle right now that I maybe want to solve. We can figure that out later. But Sophia, he talked about an upcoming project and some very interesting choices around the makeup, and then gave me this mysterious key, and she will pull the key out of her bag in a handkerchief because she listens to Mr. Garvey, and it's to a trailer on Lot E that's apparently full of makeup for this project already. And if I were to agree to be a part of this, I would insist that you, if you haven't quit the studio for various reasons that I feel are racking up, if you still work with me, then I would insist that you work with me on this project also, if you're interested. But I kind of want to see what's in there. Maybe not alone. Everything's been so weird that I just didn't want to do this alone, and I trust you.
Thank you. Yes, let's go look at Lot E.
You seem... how do I put this? You seem less stable on your feet than you were when I saw you last. You seem like something has shaken the ground you stand on. What is going on with you, my friend?
Sophia looks around to make sure that there's no one around that can really listen to them. Mr. Brewer remembers Howard.
Oh.
He remembers him. And I got another letter and a horrible picture. I need to find him, Yvonne.
Of course. You know I'll do anything to help you find him. What was in this one?
Sophia hesitates for a moment and then reaches into her bag that she keeps on her. And she pulls out the envelope with the gold writing, but she's clutching it hard enough to know that she's not going to let it go. It said he was under the stage.
Oh, I wonder which stage the Yellow Road was filmed at. She'll say, sort of looking around at the lot, since we're kind of between them.
Mr. Brewer offered to help me. I asked Mr. Brewer to help me.
Oh, all right.
He's the only person who's known who he is, and I'm not going to let that go.
Of course.
Let's go explore your
Of course.
where your key opens up.
We'll proceed to Lot E with Yvonne sort of shooting concerned glances at Sophia every once in a while. She'll start to talk about it and then cut herself off again so that they can just find this trailer together.
You make your way to Lot E. Lot E hasn't been used very much recently. There's still some things that are set up, but a lot of stuff gets left here, so that if there's nowhere else to put it, so then they can come get it and move it to one of the other lots. But there are a couple trailers set up here. Not too run down, but you see one trailer in particular that looks like it's at least been entered recently because there's not as much dust around it.
Oh. Well, if they do plan on using this trailer and this lot again soon, I suppose it makes sense that this has been more recently handled.
I mean, Mr. Brewer gave you a key for it.
Yeah.
So I would assume he expects it to be looked at.
She'll get the key up to the door, but she doesn't turn it right away. Sophia?
Yes?
We trust Mr. Brewer, right?
Yvonne, I don't know what I trust. But what I know is that for months, anybody who I've ever spoken to about Howard has not known the name, as if they've never heard it before. And that's not the case here. So I don't know what that means. Maybe whatever is affecting everybody else, he is outside of it. He doesn't spend much time on the lot at the studio. He's busy.
Maybe.
Or it's something more, but I don't have the luxury of not finding out.
I won't let you find out alone either. And she'll open that door. She'll crack the seal on this trailer and see what's in there.
You open the door to the trailer, and inside you find makeup that's been set out. There's pallets. Looks like most of these haven't been touched in a little while, but there's different shades here that make you think. Different shades of greens and yellows. And you see a large drawer that's got a lock on it.
This key doesn't happen to work in that lock also, does it?
Are you trying it?
Yes, I am, because I don't have a good enough survival instinct, I think.
Yes, the key fits in the drawer.
She has too strong of a need to kind of know what Mr. Brewer is thinking with this. And so she'll use that key on that drawer and open it up.
Inside you find a book. There's no title on it. It looks like it's a fairly old book in some ways.
But it has no writing on the outside of it?
Not on the outside.
I'm going to close this drawer and lock it again.
Okay.
Did you find anything?
Something I might want to show Kingston later, but everything else just seems kind of weird. He said that the makeup in this movie would be different because instead of hiding people behind it, it would be revealing them for who they are. But these are all greens and yellows and colors I would usually use to, distort people, to hide them in different ways, to change their features. What an interesting set of information that doesn't seem to connect. Why does nothing at the studio ever seem to connect when it's not horses and dirt and cowboys and...
It's really hard to make a horse not a horse, of course.
Except for when there's 2 people inside a horse costume. But of course.
Everything in here looks new.
Yeah.
I think whatever this is being provided for is something that is very important to the studio. It doesn't seem to be suffering the same budget constraints that we see on everything else.
Mr. Brewer's made comments sort of similar to that. He's said if I need any new supplies or anything like that to let him know, in a way that isn't the usual scrimping and saving and seeing what we can reuse from project to project.
Yeah, he said something similar to me, but I feel like I'm taking 2 different paths with the conversation. One, I just want to be Sophia Reed working for a studio that's doing well. So for that line, what if it's just that Avalon Studios is doing well and we're competing? And then on the other path, the story that Kingston told, offering things, making things enticing to draw you towards something.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, we would be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't at least try and follow to a point. There are too many questions. Who's sending us these letters?
Didn't Kit tell us though that I don't know if this is relevant. It just feels like it's connected to the story that Kingston told also, which is that the tall blonde man asked Kit what he wanted. That's all Kit really mentioned of what happened there, other than the grabbing of his heart. And now here we are, and this man, this well-dressed other man has shown up who remembers your brother when no one else does and is offering us anything we want or need for the projects we're on and new projects a new project that's exactly the type of thing I'd want to work on. And I don't know, it just feels too good.
Too good to be true. I understand. Yvonne, I say this. We haven't known each other very long, but you've very quickly become one of the best people I've ever known. Whatever it is that you want, if it's something that you were willing to walk away from, that's a choice you have to make for yourself. I won't. I can't.
I know. She's gonna kind of gesture to take Sophia's hands.
She'll reach out to Yvonne.
This is going to be something that I feel generations of my family will chastise me for if they get a chance to. Sophia, if this is a trap, I'll walk in it with you instead of alone, because I think that it makes... Of course you're not going to abandon the chance of finding your brother. Of course you won't, especially with another letter showing up. But I also promised that I'd find him with you. So if this perfectly timed man who has keys to dreams in his pocket, and money for all of our budget concerns and knowledge about your brother's whereabouts potentially, or where he was, or knowledge of who he was at the very least, just happens to show up and fit those needs, I promise to help you find him. Let me help you with this part too. And I won't stand in the way of you finding your brother, but please let other people still help you find him. I'm willing to take whatever chance it is. And if you need me to stalk around wherever Mr. Brewer says he might have ever worked while you're one way and I'm the other, okay, that's fine. I'll do that for you. You don't have to find Howard without your friends involved. Okay? And I can worry about whether or not I do makeup for this art film or a different one in the future some other day. I found a weird trailer full of pristine makeup in a dusty lot, but you have a chance of finding your brother. So if this is a trap, let me help you navigate it. Okay? Please?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think I should return you to set because you said to let it be quick. But I think if we return without eating the food that Betty gave us, we're going to have to answer to so many more people than just your brother and our friends and Mr. Brewer and Mr. Moore. Like, so many more people are going to be mad at us.
She'll cheers her sandwich to you.
Yeah.
Put it in her mouth and start chewing.
We'll eat and then, I guess, lock back up. Head back to the lot we actually belong on.
Mm-hmm. You head back to Lot A. And Yvonne, you are immediately accosted by someone who needs some help with Mr. Hudson's makeup for his scene that he's doing next. There's been some kind of catastrophe, and only you can fix it, because only you can fix it. And you are swept off back to the makeup studio. Sophia, you head back to costumes, and you open the door, and someone is waiting for you. Briefcase in hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have been here. Can I help you?
No, not at all. I was actually hoping to get you what I mentioned before.
Right.
I need to leave soon, and I know it's probably very important to you, and certainly as a costumer, you'd want to have it. I step in and set my briefcase down.
Sophia walks up, respectfully close.
Certainly. I open the briefcase. There's, well-organized papers, different file folders, but at the center of it, there is a robe. He takes it out and hands it over to you. Part of the Yellow Road project involved certain extras and folks who worked on set being clothed in these yellow robes. When Howard went missing, this was the last thing he was wearing. I know that he'd want you to have it.
Thank you, Mr. Brewer. How do you know that this is the last thing he was known to have?
Because everyone on set was wearing them that day. It was part of a scene.
Very well. I can't really imagine him on stage. Thank you. She'll fold it and put it on the table.
It probably reminds you, not only in like the sizing of the robe, of something that would fit Howard, if Howard had any sort of distinctive cologne, or if he wore anything that Sophie would be familiar with, you would get that olfactory sense. It's like taking the robe is like getting a hug from your brother.
It's just a quiet tear that starts down her cheek.
There were a lot of members of the cast and staff who worked on that Yellow Road picture. It was really sort of the impetus behind the next picture we're making. This picture, I've spoken a little bit to Miss St. Cyr about it for other reasons, but it's a picture that we can make here at Avalon Studios. It's something that Howard would have wanted to help get done for the studio. I need your help in making it happen.
I understand. If this is something that is important to Howard, he should be here for it.
I smile and stand up straight. I couldn't agree more. Look on Soundstage 5.
Mr. Brewer, what do you think I'm going to find there?
I think you're going to find exactly what you've been looking for. But don't wait. And don't forget to put the robe on.
Mr. Brewer, I don't know. These feel like games.
I'd like to think of them as tests. It's important to make sure that everyone here is completely dialed in on their passion. And I know that missing Howard is something that your heart needs.
My brother has been the only person who's ever actually been there for me for our entire lives. So yes, I need my brother, but I need him happy and safe and well.
Certainly. I should hope that's exactly what you find. Now, I close my briefcase. Miss Reed, I have to go. But here's my card. I give you like a business card. Call at any hour, at any day, should you need my assistance.
Sophia just nods.
I pick the briefcase up and step out.
You step out into the hall, leaving a shaken Sophia behind. And you make your way towards your very expensive vehicle. As you are making your way out of the building, you come across one Lilith St. Cyr who is walking towards Set.
Miss St. Cyr, I'm leaving, but I thought about what you said. I thought a lot about what you said. And you're right. I think it's only fair to give you more details. Now, and I've seen Miss Queens, and I've acquired my briefcase.
I see.
I gesture towards a nearby automobile. Let me just set it down here. I can get it out for you. It's a nice Buick Model 41. I set the briefcase down and I take out a few sheafs of paper, stapled, marked, confidential. Now, I'm happy to let you read over these, of course, but certainly any details on the story itself or in casting are to be kept private. I'm sure you understand that.
Of course.
I hand them to her.
I take a look at them.
So it is a pretty artistic tale. It's one which involves a 14th century castle. One where the occupant of the castle has been for long and many years sat in a decrepit state because his heart, Casilda, is no longer there. And as the scene opens and he continues to opine for his love, we get a shot of the return of this queen, Casilda, in all of her glory. And shot for shot, description for description, it sounds and looks on the page as if it's Lilith's grandmother. And there's a realization that this script begins to bring forth. It's not shying away from any of the truth about your family tradition. It's in many ways exemplifying it. It does not whitewash anything. It's a very bold script. And probably in some places, you would think that it might be too bold. The more businessy details on the end page show that, roughly speaking, the pay for the lead actress in the role is $75,000.
Which is way above what should actually be on the page, I'm suspecting.
Well, I mean, if you're into the business trades, which I imagine Miss St. Cyr is, high actors, male actors probably get, some of the highest are probably in the high 250s. That's a number one bullet all-star actor. $75,000 for an actress, a lead actress, is probably close to unheard of.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a budget.
We have some very interested parties who are assisting us financially.
I'm guessing that I can look these over and bring them back to you, or I'm guessing that you'll be on set a little bit more frequently this week.
I'm certainly around, although I don't know about on set. Having been on many sets in the past, I don't want to perhaps cast too far of a shadow over Director Moore. He's got a lot of work to do. And when you're an executive producer, people tend to get suspicious of what you're doing.
It makes sense.
The role also has some specific costuming. I've managed to speak with Miss Reed on this, but there is a part of it, though, I can show you ahead of time. I go back into my briefcase. I take out a very traditional domino mask. And I reach out and show you one which is laid with gold and a bit of off-white. It's for the dinner scene. You should try it on.
I'll consider it. Thank you.
Wonderful. He turns and closes the briefcase. I appreciate your time.
As do I yours, Mr. Brewer.
Wonderful. From there, Archie will turn and get into his car.
Archie gets into his car. It's been a good first day of filming. Satisfied with the work that's being done on set. He drives off. And the camera turns to the costuming room. An empty costuming room. We zoom in on the table with a mirror set up at the back, and there's a little note that just says Yvonne on it. And not a Sophia to be seen. And that is where we will end this episode. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks, Mike. We really appreciated having you with us for a couple episodes. We look forward to seeing what Mr. Brewer might do in the future. But in the meantime, thank you all, and good night.